Hi guys, assalamualaikum and welcome back to my channel. Hi, if you are new, my name is Arina, and if you are coming back, I hope you all are doing well. In today's video, I'll be doing a swatch and also review on the Pink Flash Oh My Honey blush. So Pink Flash is under the same company as focallure, so it's like a sub-brand to focallure. Focallure itself is very affordable, so Pink Flash is kind of on the same price range, but I feel like the products are a lot more cheaper than focallure. So I have all 9 shades with me, so if you want to know how the shades swatch and how they look on me, keep on watching. So before we jump into the swatch, I just want to share with you my experience buying and purchasing from Focallure official store in Shopee. So the purchase, transaction and checkout all were very smooth, but when I received the products were all packed in this just one pouch bubble wrap or something. One of my blush does get damaged and scattered all over inside the components, so I'll insert a video. So if you want to purchase anything, beware of that. So as of right now, this blusher retails for RM6 ringgit and 14 cent, and when I purchased it, I purchased mine for around 5 ringgit and 15 cent. But I found another cheaper shop, and I will link it in the down bar below, so you can shop there because it's cheaper. So with all that out of the way, now let's get on to the swatches. So these blushers comes in a very cute pink oval component, and it's very small, the same size as a single compact eyeshadow, and it doesn't have the shade name anywhere on the packaging when I took off the shrink plastic. So the ingredients, the expiry date and also the shade name unfortunately are listed on the shrink plastic. So if you are curious with the ingredients, keep in mind that you have to check on the shrink plastic before throwing it away. And I did wrote down the shade name at the back of this blusher because a sticker would be so much appreciated for the convenience of users. So these blushers are grouped based on their color family. For example, N is for neutral, P is for pink, and O is for orange. So I'm going to swatch this blusher at the back of my hand and also on my cheeks. So the first shade is O01. So this is what it looks like. It does have shimmer scattered throughout the powder, and it's powdery as I'm swirling my hands on the component. And this is the shade O01. So I'm gonna take another layer because make sure that you see the actual shade. On the pan it looks kind of peachy pink, but once swatch on the hand it looks pink. This is the shade O01. I hope you can see that. I'm gonna build it up so that you are able to see the pigmentation. So I hope you can see the shade on this blush. It's not a matte finish. It's actually very pretty. You can skip the highlighter if you wear this blush, and I love the sheen. So let's move on to the next shade. The next shade is O02. This is a true orange pumpkin shade, and on the pan it looks completely matte. It doesn't have glitter scattered throughout the powder. This is the shade O02. And I'm gonna use the same brush and just flip it over and pick up the product. So this one is very powdery. So I hope you can see that. This is the shade O02. Try to build it up so that you can see the pigment. And then the next shade is O03. This is O03, a true brick orange color. And on the pan it doesn't have any shimmers. I'm gonna use the same brush. This one doesn't have that much kickback as like the previous shade. So I already cleaned up my cheek with my foundation brush and also reapply powder. So this is the shade. I hope you can see it. On me it looks red, like a red tone orange. So this is what it looks like. You kind of have a sheen when the light hits on my face. It's not as obvious as the first shade. So I'm gonna swatch it at the back of my hand now. This is the shade 003. So yeah, I hope you can see that this shade has a red base. So when I apply it on my cheeks, it appears red. This is O01, O02 and O03. And then I'm going to switch my brush, and also we're going to move on to the next group, which is the N. The first shade is N01. It looks like a contour shade to me, but a very light contour shade, and it doesn't have any shimmer. So let's swatch it at the back of my hand first. So yeah, as you can see, it has that pink neutral base. It kind of disappears on my tan skin, but this one is very powdery, has a ton of kickback. This shade kind of reminds me of Tarte Harmony, and it's very pretty actually after applying on the cheek. It doesn't have any sheen. It's a true matte finish. So I'm gonna try to build it up because my lights are washing me off. So this is the shade. It's very neutral. The next shade is N02. It looks a little bit scary, actually a lot scary. This is a shimmery blush. As you can see, it's very shimmery. It reminds me of a shimmery eyeshadow, so I'm gonna pick up with the same brush, just flip it over, and I did clean it up a bit. I think this shade will suit those who have deep skin. Yeah, as you can see, it's very shimmery. You can totally skip highlighter if you wear this blush. And if you have textures on your skin like me, I think this blush will not look as flattering on you because it will emphasize the texture. But this is how it looks like. If you have flawless skin, this blush will look beautiful, reflective, and healthy on your cheeks. I want to show you guys how I clean my cheeks before I apply another shades on my cheeks. So I just pick up my foundation brush and also my concealer brush, and I did apply some like a tiny bit of concealer at the back of my hand, and I pick it up and I just stamp it onto the area where I want to clean up. And I also pick up my concealer brush because I feel like this one has a lot more product to like get rid of the blush shade. And then once I feel like my cheeks already clean, I pick up my powder brush and also the pressed powder that I use to set my face. In this case, I use the Physicians Formula Healthy Powder and just set the face, so that you get a clean cheek again. The last shade for the N group is N03, and this is what it looks like. This is N01, very neutral, very light. N02, shimmery red shade. And then this is the last shade, N03, matte brick red shade. It has the same tone as the N01, but this one is a matte shade, a deeper brick red. So I'm gonna use the same brush, wiping the previous product away and just flip it over. Very red, matte red shade, doesn't have any sheen or glitter on the product. It's very pretty. This is the shade. I hope you can already see it. Kind of looks a bit patchy, but take your powder brush and just fix it if you need to. Okay, this is going to be the last group, which is the P group. I'm going to start with P02 because my P01 is the one that's damaged. So this is P02 looks like. It's a pink, kind of like a salmon shade. I'm using a different brush now. So this is the shade P02. It's very pretty. It doesn't have any sheen or shimmer on the product. Swatching it at the back of my hand now. This is P02. Gonna pick it up again and build up the pigment against my tan hand. It kind of looks like. And moving on to the next shade, which is P03. Yeah, this is a lot pinkier than the previous one. The previous one, it looks like a salmon pink shade, whereas this one is like a true pink shade. This is P03. It's a lot more pinkier than the previous one. I'm gonna use the same brush and just clean it up as clean as possible. This one has a lot more kickback than the first shade. Okay, you can see this one is a lot more like a neon pink. It is still wearable. This is the shade P03. By the way, it doesn't have any sheen or glitters on the product itself, but when the light hits my face, you kind of see a sheen. I think because of the foundation underneath. I don't wear any highlighter on my cheeks yet. Okay, the last shade I'm gonna swatch is P01. And this is what the shade looks like. Mine, as I said, already broken, and I did press it back in. Let's try swatching the shade. This is P02, P03 and P01. Okay, I'm using the same brush and cleaning it up. This one I feel like is a shimmery blush. It's definitely a shimmery blush. As you can see, when the light hits my face, it reflects back light, and actually the color is pretty. It's kind of like a rose gold color. Let's use on this other cheek as well, on top of that previous blush, OG blush. It emphasizing every texture I have on my cheeks, but never mind. Okay guys, that's it for today's video, and I think this video will be so helpful if you have similar skin tone to me. I hope this video will be a reference for you if you were to pick up any of this shade today. My favorite shade is definitely the matte ones, which is N01, 001 and also P02. These three are my favorite shades, and let me know what's your favorite shade. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That will help my channel so much, and I hope I see you guys in my next one. Take care. Bye. Assalamualaikum.